Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Albany Roosevelt, retailing for a price of $750,000, and it looks like it was styled by a designer who had either never heard of aerodynamics or else had a strange superstitious fear of the concept. Okay, well, let's check out the acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, and there is none. Okay, I will look at the handling, ladies and gentlemen, as we come round this first corner here and see how she goes. And right, okie dokie, not too good, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, front end's rather sprightly, back end's rather sloppy, ladies and gentlemen. Tends to, it's very reactive, but the sort of back end wants to come round, you know. Okay, we're going to have a look at the top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, and see what sort of air we get off these hills here. And okay, right, oh, sorry, hell, right, nearly tipping it over in the bloody air there, right. Okay, so not much air, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get around this corner. Okay, all right, we can do that, not too bad. Managed to control it around there. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this acceleration as we go along and have a look at the top end speed, and yes, it clearly is lacking, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of stability. If you wiggle the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, the back end really does want to come away on you, you know. So not the most terribly stable vehicle out there, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, top end speed is absolutely lackluster. The acceleration is non-existent, ladies and gentlemen. Handling is already awful. The brakes, ladies and gentlemen, they seem to work, but only because you don't seem to be able to get up any speed. Okay, so there we go. You can't sort of get around corners, you know, because you're not going too fast, despite how absolutely ruddy awful their handling is. Okay, well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the initial standard lap. That is the unmodified version, and sliding around the corner there. We're now going to take it on into the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen, and go ahead and perform the aesthetic upgrades to this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. And normally, ladies and gentlemen, we're in here a good deal long, because we on the full review we do the full modifications, we do the performance modifications and the aesthetic modifications. As it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, the Albany Roosevelt has no aesthetic modifications that can be applied to the vehicle. That means you can't change the way it looks at all, other than the color. It's got two-tone color at least, that going for it, but it has got no other aesthetic modifications. If one is wondering, the Albany Roosevelt Valor, ladies and gentlemen, actually allows you to modify the vehicle to a greater extent. Okay, but this is the standard Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen. It has now been fully upgraded across the board. We're going to take it out and see how she handles. We're going to look at that acceleration, and let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's as slow as a sea lion trying to climb a flight of stairs, you know. Okay, in terms of top speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's like wading through treacle wearing lead boots while carrying a dead hippopotamus. And in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, it's got all the maneuverability of an Edwardian townhouse, you know. It really is that shocking. But you add all those factors together, ladies and gentlemen, and surprisingly, you can still get it around the street fairly easy, you know. Like I say, it's not going fast enough for the handling to be able to really affect you too badly. The same with the stability there, ladies and gentlemen. The only problem is it's going to take you rather a long time to get anywhere. Okay, and there we go, sliding around the corner. So it is jolly good fun, to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. It's sort of strangely enjoyable to drive, and I don't really understand why. Of course, like I say, if you're trying to get anywhere in any kind of good speed, ladies and gentlemen, this certainly is not the vehicle to be considering. Okay, well, we're going to take it on up to Sandy Shores, I do believe, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first vehicle we're putting up against is the Virgo there. I'm afraid I cannot tell you the particular brand model of this particular style of car, but it is the Virgo nonetheless. And we're going to see how she handles. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Albany Roosevelt actually can beat. He's got in front of it there, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, it would appear that the Albany Roosevelt is at least capable of taking down the Virgo there. Okay, and as a sort of presumably, ladies and gentlemen, this vehicle is based on the Model T, you know, the Ford Model T. I'm a bit certain of that. It certainly looks like from that era, which would peg it about 1908, don't you know? And God knows what that Virgo is, but it looks like a 67 car to me, so yes, it's rather surprised there. Okay, the next vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, is the Hermes. I'm not entirely certain what this is. Maybe the Albany Hermes. I'm not entirely certain. Either way, listen, but it is the Hermes, and it's disappeared off into the distance there, as you can see. Okay, yes, I mean, as like I say, I mean, this vehicle, unfortunately, it's in terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's going to take off slower than a morbidly obese manatee at a all-you-can-eat buffet, you know. It really is that slow, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of acceleration. So yes, it's not going to put up much of a fight whatsoever against the I do believe it is the Albany Hermes. Could be wrong on that, but it's certainly the Hermes either way. It destroys the Albany Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen. The next vehicle we're bringing out is the Vapid Clique, ladies and gentlemen. Another old-style vehicle, and as you can see, yes, pulling off into the distance. And I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be pretty much par for the course, don't you? And, most vehicles are obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this being such an old-time vehicle, there's not much out there it's going to be able to beat. We have seen it beat the Virgo, but there's not much else out there. Like I said, it's just far too slow, no acceleration. The top speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, to be quite frank, it sort of pace is glacial, you know, its speed is geological. Ladies and gentlemen, continents move faster than this car, it's as simple as that. But there we go, it's not much one can do about it, I suppose. The next vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring out is the Whitney Dynasty, you know, and as you can see, how about that, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does turn out that the Albany Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen, can get in front of the Whitney Dynasty, and it is actually going to be able to manage it all the way down around the track there, despite his absolutely shocking handling, which it has to be said. I mean, this car, ladies and gentlemen, this Albany Roosevelt has got all the agility of a turtle in a tree, you know. It's just absolutely shocking. Okay, and there we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing on down, I should perhaps should point out all of the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. He has a channel of his own, his name is Mr. Bromby, his channel is The Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you're going to find him when you he's got some rather good videos on there. Okay, and Mr. Raccoon, as it turns out now, ladies and gentlemen, he is in the Albany Roosevelt Valor, you know. That is the other Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the one that can be aesthetically modified. You may be able to see the differences on the hood and on the trunk there. There are some other variations that can be added to it. And now we've done this test time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. It does turn out that these two vehicles are pretty much like for like, you know. One can beat the other around the track, and the other can beat the other, and so on and so forth. And so, yes, they are pretty much equal in terms of performance, ladies and gentlemen. And also, in case you were wondering, and I can't imagine why you would be, but they both get down the top speed test track in about 1 minute 8 seconds, which is absolutely shocking. Right, okay, so now we're bringing it on to Big Daddy Z, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting to wrap things up now. We're going to see what the Albany Roosevelt does against a modern-day supercar. And it's going to lose, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's going to do. Let's be perfectly frank about these things. I mean, that's just them's the breaks, I'm afraid, you know. Or what can one say, you know? What can we say about the vehicle? In terms of looks, ladies and gentlemen, it sort of looks like an old-time, old-fashioned horse and carriage, only the horse has been shot, you know. In terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's slower than the passage of a century, you know. There are cars that set off in 1908 that still haven't been able to get to their top speed yet. Okay, and the final masquerade now, ladies and gentlemen, the Karate Italia RSX, as you can see there, disappearing into the distance, and it's going to absolutely demolish it, isn't it? Let's be perfectly frank about these things. Okay, so what else can we say about it, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, in terms of top speed, you know, it's slower than a sermon on sobriety from a suffragette with a stutter. I mean, it just is, it's going to go on for that long to get around anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely shocking. Handling, ladies and gentlemen, it's about as stable as a kangaroo in a canoe. You know, it's just absolutely bloody awful. But you know, that really is it, ladies and gentlemen. What can one say about it? You know, I mean, in terms of looks, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I would really, really love to hate this thing, ladies and gentlemen, I simply can't bring myself to do it. You know, it's Genesis. It's a classic, ladies and gentlemen. And sorry, hell, bloody Raccoon. Right, okay, well, there we go. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.